first, apparently, YouTube rules now. We need you to like and subscribe. But really, it's more
like
about...
and subscribe. Merch link in bio.
Merch link.
Hit that like button for more banger videos.
Pow, 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 pow.
Yeah.
But seriously, though, we need you to like and subscribe.
Yeah. Royce's thoughts, Royce's thoughts. Yeah, Royce's thoughts, Royce's thoughts. Royce's thoughts, Royce's thoughts. Yeah, Royce's thoughts, Royce's thoughts. Okay, step into the mind of a young boy genius, telling you what's going on in stadiums and arenas. We talking the NFL, we talking the NBA, we talking about the biggest sports news of the day. Got a favorite athlete, a team that you're thinking. Well, let's put it to the test and see where Royce ranks them. And listen, man, I could go on and on, but let's get into it, featuring his co-host Dom. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the pod, and let me introduce everybody.
All right. It's that time of the week again.
Yeah.
It is.
I said sit back, relax, and welcome to the pod, and let me
Royce's
introduce
thoughts.
everybody to Royce's thoughts. Yeah.
What up, man?
Woo.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing really.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's Wednesday, January 26th. We're squarely in NFL championship weekend. I don't know if you notice what I have on, but, you know, I might be representing for my squad. Also, there's some huge local news in Louisville, Kentucky. Man, it's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Also, we released our first online podcast. Got some good reviews. Got a lot of views. You ready for this thing? All right, let's blow it off. So, what do you want to talk about today?
I don't know.
Where do you want to start?
Where do you want to start?
I mean, if you give me the option of where we're going to start, you know I'm going to start. So I'm going to just give you the option. Like, where do you want to start?
I don't want the option.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we could point out, like, we got our studio.
Yeah.
We got desk.
Yeah.
We're still working on the camera situation, but we got cameras.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Well, you really don't care?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's start with championship weekend. Well, I guess it's divisional round.
Yeah.
Give me a recap. What happened last weekend? Saturday and just Sunday. No, Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Give me a recap.
First game of the 4 was Bengals at Titans. It was not a high scoring game, but it wasn't a low scoring game.
Right.
But it was tied. Bengals were up 16-6, and then Titans came back, and then it was 16-16, and then Ryan Tannehill, Titans have the ball. Ryan Tannehill throws an interception, and then the Bengals get the ball with good field position, and then as time expires, to kick a field goal to win the game.
Which was the first number 1 seed to go out. One and done. Derrick Henry did play.
He did, yeah.
What percentage would you give Derrick Henry in that game?
I don't know. What would you give Derrick Henry?
So it's a little challenging for me because I feel like he was healthier than the Titans let him play. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it was weird. They were doing like a lot of outside runs. Like, I mean, he was just like crushing people up the middle when, you know, he was healthy. So I would say maybe there's a reason they were doing outside runs. They were trying to keep him, I don't know. I felt like maybe he was 75%, but the Titans felt like he was like 50%. He still had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Who lost the game? Did the Bengals win the game?
Bengals won.
Or did the Titans lose the game?
Oh, I think the Bengals won the game.
Do you?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times.
Yeah, he did. But I still think the Bengals won the game.
Ryan Tannehill threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, which is another reason why the Bengals defense won the game.
2 of them interceptions were really bad interceptions.
And interception.
I mean, like, I don't know that you would get upset if I said this to you earlier. Like, you would get upset if a high school quarterback made some of those interceptions.
But the Bengals defense won the game, but the Bengals offensive line did not win the game.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, so then what happened Saturday night?
It was a rough game.
There
was a blocked punt touchdown.
Who played?
The 49ers and the Packers.
Okay. I was just checking, making sure that
there's a blocked punt touchdown. If you're the Packers, how do you let that happen?
Okay, so yes, that's a really good question. I just don't feel like you're doing the game any justice in your recap.
Well, the game was tied, and then Robbie Gould hit a game-winning field goal at the end.
Don't hate on the 49ers, bro. The 49ers are right here, right there, the camera, right here on the shirt. 49ers, bro. Here's what happened. I'm going to give you the recap. We started out, the 49ers looked basically like a hot pile of garbage on offense through 1 3/4 quarters. So not 2 whole quarters, because the last drive of the second quarter, they looked good. We drive down the field, marching, and then Jimmy going what?
He threw an interception.
Yeah, what Jimmy gonna do? Jimmy going what?
Throw an interception.
Jimmy going Jimmy. Jimmy going Jimmy. Okay? The problem is that Jimmy is going Jimmy. And I just feel like that's the reason why I get so frustrated with Jimmy Garoppolo. He rolled out to the right for some reason and just threw a really bad interception.
He had so much time.
He
almost got sacked twice.
So much time. And you know what you could do? Just throw the ball away. Yeah. It was first or second down. Mm-hmm. Just throw it away. Jimmy going Jimmy. Now, the Packers came out first drive. They looked like world beaters. I was shaking in my boots after the first 49er drive. But then the defense came to play. And boy, did they ever. Mm-hmm. Now, Jimmy, the Packers threw a long touchdown pass or a long pass, got in field goal range. What happened? Right to end the first half.
Well, to end the first half, it happened. If you know what I mean, it happened.
What is it? I don't know what it is.
It happened.
Do the people know what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone knows what it is.
Jimmy Ward blocked the field goal?
Yeah, he blocked the field goal.
Okay, so Jimmy Ward blocks the field goal, keep it 7-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
Come out in the second half, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Packers couldn't do anything on offense. Mm-hmm. 49ers couldn't do anything on offense. 49ers defense looked way better than the Packers defense. And boom.
Boom.
What was the final score? 10-7? Or
no,
was it
13-10? I think.
It was 13-10. So we had a field goal. The Packers got a field goal. And then it's looking bleak coming down the stretch. We force the Packers to punt. And I'm sitting there thinking, Jimmy's going to have to make a play. Jimmy going to have to make a play for us to tie the game. But Jimmy didn't have to make a play because, boom. Punt block. Mm-hmm. Ball in the air. Nobody knew where it went. Pick it up. Touchdown. Tie game. Defense comes out, says, not today, Aaron Rodgers. Robbie Gould. Thanks to Deebo Samuels getting them in the field goal range. And Kittle. Jimmy. See, that's the problem with Jimmy. Jimmy can do just enough. He ain't going to win you a game, but he daggone will lose it for you. I've been saying that for 2 years now. All right. So, anyway, 49ers, we move on.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What happens on Sunday?
The Rams and the Bucks played. At first, it was like 14-3. I was like, oh, this isn't going to be an interesting game. Rams had the lead 14-3. And then somehow it was like 27-27. And then Matthew Stafford made a deep pass to Cooper Kupp to set up the Rams kicking team, and they also kicked the field goal to win the game. And Tom Brady lost.
Tom Brady is sitting at home.
He was not happy.
He ain't happy. He got his. Did you know he got his first ever unsportsmanlike conduct penalty in that game?
Yes.
He was bleeding. He did apparently get kicked in the mouth, which is kind of weird, but it happened. Cam Akers had 2 crucial fumbles in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The first half, I still feel like the first half fumble was worse than the second half. Because the first half, he was on the 2-yard line. They're going in to score to make it 27-3. Like, if they're going to halftime 27-3, it's over. I shouldn't say that because they were down 28. Tom Brady was down 28-3 versus the Falcons. And we all know how that went.
Yeah, but that was at halftime.
Still, he was down 28-3, came back and won the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. We know he could come back.
Yeah.
They fumbled, get the ball back, kneel it out, so they go to halftime 20-3. And I agree with you. It was just like, what happened? All of a sudden, it was kind of like the 49ers Rams 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Going with a big halftime lead, and then next thing you know, boom. But, Royce, how can you let Cooper Kupp? Like, of all the people, because we're going to talk about another receiver that went wild. Next, you're going to talk about that in a second. But you know Cooper Kupp's going to be the guy. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you let him just go up the middle? It wasn't even a complicated route. Like, they didn't even draw up something special. It was just run a seam route. 50 yards, touchdown. Or 50 yards,
and then,
game-winning field goal. All right. So what happened in the late game on Sunday?
Well, the late game, we're going to start. We're going to start at halftime. It's 14-14.
Okay.
It's 14-14 at halftime. And then the second half hit, and I'm looking at the game right now. Third quarter, it wasn't that interesting. The fourth quarter, but third quarter, Harrison Butker field goal, 17-14. McCole Hardman touchdown, 23-14, but they missed the PAT. And then Gabriel Davis, 75-yard touchdown pass from Josh Allen, 21-23. Harrison Butker field goal. Gabriel Davis, 27-yard pass from Josh Allen. And now it's 29-26 Buffalo. And then Tyreek Hill pass from Patrick Mahomes, 33-29. And then Gabriel Davis, 19-yard pass from Josh Allen. And it's 36-33. There's 13 seconds left. This game's over. Bills win, 36-33. But then somehow, Patrick Mahomes does the Patrick Mahomes stuff, and then he gets the Chiefs in field goal range, and they kick a field goal as time expires, 36-36. We're headed in overtime. And then in overtime, the Chiefs win the toss, and then they score a touchdown.
How many points were scored after the 2-minute warning?
After the 2-minute warning. 1 touchdown, 2 touchdown, 3 touchdown, 3
21.
touchdowns, field goal.
24.
24 points after in
I'm pretty sure there was a 2-point conversion in there too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So 25 points.
25 points in just under 2 minutes.
It's like 1 minute and 58 seconds. And then if you include the overtime, so after the 2-minute warning in the game, there were 31 points scored, which were more points than the previous 58 minutes combined. Right? Because it's crazy.
Yeah.
So who was the receiver for Buffalo?
Gabriel Davis.
Gabriel Davis. And what he do?
He had 8 receptions.
8.
200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
50% of the time he got a pass, it was a touchdown.
Yeah. He had 200 receiving yards.
Now, I'm going to give, first of all, that was an NFL first.
Yeah.
No player has ever had that receiving day in the NFL playoffs game before. I'm going to give the Chiefs a little credit. because Tyrann Mathieu, or maybe defend them, Tyrann Mathieu got hurt in the first drive, and he's their strong safety, free safety. I mean, he would have been in the vicinity of a lot of those Gabriel Davis catches. But here's the thing: everybody else gets paid to play football too, and Royce, you just can't let a guy go nuts like
and
that.
They still didn't win.
They still didn't win. Okay, can we talk about the NFL overtime rules?
Yeah.
Wait, before we do that, let me make sure, because I'm also going to say something. We're going to hold on to NFL overtime rules because I want to say something. Royce, the listeners came through. They came through. We got 3 voicemails. Okay, 3 voicemails. All right, so we're gonna say the overtime rules because there's one voicemail specifically talking about that. But I want to say this: we are down to 4 teams.
4
from 3 divisions. I snuck that in there. The best division in football. You called it at the beginning. You called it at the beginning of the season that you thought that the NFC West was the best division. You just didn't think the Seahawks weren't going to be a part of the mix, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Who was winning between the Rams and the Seahawks? Or Rams and the 49ers. You got one chance to revise your pick because you had the Rams and the Bucks in this game.
Well,
no.
What?
No, you didn't have the Rams and the Bucks. Who'd you have in this game?
This game?
Yeah.
Rams, Packers.
Yeah, you had the Rams, Packers. Thank you. Rams and Packers.
The Rams and the Bucks could not possibly be in this game.
Right.
Because they played last week.
Yeah.
This game, the 49ers have beaten the Rams the past 6 times. And at some point, it's gonna have to stop.
I mean, it doesn't have to ever stop. I mean, but it statistically.
It definitely does. And I think Rams being at home back-to-back weeks would be huge. I got the Rams.
A big motivation factor?
Yeah.
Okay, you got the Rams?
I got the Rams.
All right, that's fair. Look, 49ers have won 6 straight, like you said, 4 straight as an underdog.
Yeah.
My heart, my body, my soul wants the 49ers. But statistically, they should not win this game. They are not the better team.
No.
But you throw all that out the window at this point. If our defense comes to play like they did last week, it's going to be a dogfight. Who you got on the other side? Chiefs?
Chiefs, Bengals.
Chiefs,
Bengals played earlier in the regular season.
They did. What happened?
Not early in the regular season.
Well, they played earlier this year, but it was later in the regular season. Do you remember what happened?
The Bengals won?
Yeah. They came back and won too, which was crazy.
Yeah.
What happens this time? At Arrowhead or whatever it's called now, GMAC.
I think the Bengals can win.
You think the Bengals?
Yeah, I think the Bengals could win.
Do you think the Bengals will win?
I think they could.
Do you think the Bengals will win?
I think they have a shot, yes.
Come on. So you're picking the Chiefs.
Maybe.
Okay.
I think if the Bengals offensive line has a much better game than they did against the Titans, I think the Bengals will win. But if the Chiefs get to Joe Burrow that many times, I got the Chiefs.
Okay. I mean, it's been the Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow show. So that doesn't bode well for a defense that just gave up 8 receptions, 200 yards, and 4 touchdowns to one
player.
dude who wasn't even the number 1 or number 2 receiver on their team. T. Higgins is also a man. That guy's good too. I don't know, man. I really what I'm hoping for is that the 49ers and the Bengals get back at it in the Super Bowl, and for the 3rd time in a row. What kind of sick, twisted game would this be if the Bengals, after I think 88 was their last Super Bowl appearance. They've only been to 2. Both times they played the 49ers.
Both times have lost.
And they both have lost. What happens if they go back to the Super Bowl, play the 49ers, and lose again? Oh.
That would be it would be sad. I just can't relate because my team just doesn't lose to the 49ers. So
Speaking of streaks that have to end at some point.
my team can lose to every other team, but not the
49ers. And ask the Rams how that works out for them. All right. So, look, I really do feel like we should just get to these voicemails because I think it's going to have a heavy impact on where we go next. So, we have one from Old Faithful, so we're going to save his for last. Or maybe we should do, who you want to start with?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Let's start. We got a new one. Let's see if I can make this work. Turn my sound up so you can hear.
Royce, Dom, love the show. Keep up the good work, guys. I want to get your thoughts on the struggles between Louisville this year and Kentucky of last year. Do you guys see any similarities? And I also want to know your thoughts on whether Louisville will bounce back, and if so, how quickly they will bounce back. Holler at you guys later. Keep up the good work. Bye.
Yeah, I think there are definitely some similarities from Kentucky last year and Louisville this year. You know, you're not having the season you want to have, and you know it happens. But Kentucky also didn't get rid of their coach.
I will say this: when this voicemail was submitted to us, Louisville hadn't even all this hadn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there are definitely similarities, and if I think they are going to bounce back, you can't not bounce back, right? Like you were top 5 Power 5 conference school, you have to like bounce back eventually, and that starts with finding the right coach, which maybe they have right now, maybe they haven't. Also, Kentucky is very good at recruiting players, so that also helped.
Yeah,
coming into this year. So, yeah.
Let me so to set the scene for the people who may not understand when we keep saying all this stuff at Louisville, do you want to explain it?
Nope, I don't.
Would you like for me to explain what's happening?
Yeah.
So yesterday on Tuesday, the 25th, word comes out there's an emergency board meeting, and everybody's like, whoa, what's going on? They're going to talk about personnel decisions. Also, the Chris Mack show that's on Tuesday nights got canceled. They just lost, 5 of 6? They just lost at Virginia on Monday. Come fast forward to today, and Chris Mack and Louisville are parting ways. So Louisville needs a new basketball coach. Mike Pegues, who led him for the first 6 games of this year because of suspension with Chris Mack due to some NCAA scuff-ups, he's now the interim. So Louisville's in the market. So I'm going to ask you, since Louisville is definitely in the market, who do you think is going to be the next Louisville basketball coach?
Well, honestly, I don't think it's going to be like a big name coach. I just don't think so. I think it'll be somebody who is not as known to the people as some may think.
Okay.
Maybe like I think it might be who's the interim head coach right now?
The interim head coach,
Yeah,
Mike
right now.
Pegues? You think he can keep the job?
Yep. I think
Really?
he might. He started off the season fine.
He did. 5-1. Lost to Furman though.
Yeah.
But he has Louisville's 2 best wins on the year too. Why don't you think they're going to be able to attract a big name?
Because I don't.
Okay, that's fair. Is Louisville not where it used to be? Is that basically what you're thinking?
It's not.
Dang, man, you said that like with so much confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't have that. Louisville's got to be back. Louisville's got to be back.
Could always sign Lloyd Pierce. Just saying.
Lloyd Pierce. Okay, all right. I'm going to hold off on asking you any more follow-up questions because we might get back into this later. I don't know. Well, your top 5 is not about basketball coaches,
It
correct?
is not.
Okay, so let's listen to some other voicemails. If we got time, we'll come back to this. All right. All right, here we go. Next one.
Hey, Royce. So, with the divisional round over, it's Monday morning, and I just thought I had to call and check in with you. I want to know, there's tons of rumors like swirling and everything about the way that the regular season ended and all, plus the playoffs, how they're going. There's tons of rumors everybody's talking about, the GOAT, the greatest man to ever play in the NFL, and there's injury risks and there's contract talks as it's a contract year for him. Plus, everybody's wondering, just if it's time or if he's going to keep playing, if he's got another season in him. So I just want to know, man, with his knee injury, do you think Jameis Winston's going to come back for the Saints next year? Or do you think it's time for him to hang him up? What's your thoughts, man? I'd love to hear it. Appreciate y'all's show and love listening every week. Thanks.
Being the greatest football player to ever step on the field, I think he will be able to come back. I think even with, Sean Payton no longer in New Orleans, I think Jameis might also be the coach next year and the quarterback, and also steal Alvin Kamara's job as the running back and be the receiver. There's also somebody like Tom Brady, who isn't as known to the people as Jameis, but he also may not play football next year. I think he will, because he didn't win this year. And because he's mad that he didn't win. I guess that makes sense. Not really. Also, everyone said Tom Brady has also been thinking about retirement. Maybe possibly for
15 years.
Yeah, for forever. So, yeah.
It's interesting. First of all, that's a perfect voicemail. Like, the whole time you're just thinking, oh, we talking about Tom Brady, and then boom, hit you with the Winston. So I had a couple questions to this, follow-up questions. Yes, Jameis was hurt. None of the quarterbacks in New Orleans played well.
No.
So it does still look like it's Jameis's job to have, but no Sean Payton is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think the next head coach of the Saints is going to be? Deion Sanders. Okay,
I have no clue. Maybe Brian Flores. Maybe.
That's a good pick. So you think Jameis can come back and will be the Saints quarterback next year?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting if Brian Flores does go there. I like that name. I haven't heard it with the Saints, but I haven't really been paying attention much this week to that because of the Louisville stuff. Because Brian Flores was all about Deshaun Watson. And the Texans came out and said that he's done with the Texans. So Winston might be a trade bait.
No.
I mean, Davis Mills is the best quarterback in the history of the Texans franchise now. So okay, so just a couple things to set the scene. Royce, you are an unapologetically irrational Jameis Winston fan.
Yes.
So there's that. Second, I'll give you you have $100. You can either keep all $100, meaning you think if you keep all 100, Tom Brady's coming back. You can bet all $100 and double it, meaning that Tom Brady's retiring, or anything in the middle.
I'm keeping all of my money.
So you think Tom Brady's playing again?
I think he's going to play next year.
Okay. All right. Let's listen to the last voicemail.
Hey, Royce, it's Jerry. Hey, you know who it is, actually. I don't need to introduce myself anymore. Hey, what do you think about the Chris Mack firing? I think we called that last week, didn't we? Also, overtime rules in NFL. I think they need to change for sure. I think we got to on the Bills. The Bills Chiefs game this weekend. I think we could have had a little bit better of an overtime finish had the rules been a little different. Let me know what you think. Hope you guys have a great week. See you.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Chris Mack firing, I I didn't know whether I was expecting that or not expecting that. Because he didn't get fired like at the end of the year. He got fired in like the middle of the year. So that's kind of not the normal.
Very weird for college basketball. You
Yeah.
see it all the time in pro, but college not so much. Can I ask you a question? It does seem that it was mutual interest to leave the program from Chris Mack, and obviously the school wanted to move on. You're a student athlete now. You swim, play baseball. If your coach were to just walk out on you with a third of your season remaining, are you going to be upset? Like,
yes, absolutely.
Knowing even it kind of felt like the players didn't want to play for him anymore either, though. So, like, who wins in this situation?
Nobody
Nobody
wins. Because if you're Louisville, the players, maybe the players in like the team may win because maybe the players like the interim coach more instead of maybe they like him more than Chris Mack. But I don't think Chris Mack wins this situation because I don't know where he's going to be next.
I mean, he did get $4.8 million to walk away.
Yeah.
3.8. I think it was 3.8. He got a lot of money to walk away. Now, he was owed like $12 million. So the university also wins because they negotiated down.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to the overtime rules, I do want to ask you this. I know that you think Louisville's not attracting anybody and they're going to get a Mike Pegues or somebody small time. But let's just shoot for the moon. Who's your top 3 coaches Louisville should be making a phone call to this evening?
Well, Lloyd Pierce.
Who is that?
He's one of the coaches.
For
He coaches USA basketball. I know that.
okay.
He's one of the coaches on USA basketball. I have to look and see where he is at now, but I know he coached there. Did
he coach somewhere else?
He coached for the Hawks.
Okay. All right. So NBA coach there. All right.
He coaches. He's on the Pacers staff right now.
Okay.
And then could get Jay Wright. I guess I've heard that somewhere.
Jay Wright.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
even though he's a 2-time national champion with also another loss in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just checking. All right. Jay Wright. And
you said shoot for the moon.
You're right.
So
you know what?
That's
You're
where
right.
I'm aiming.
You're right.
And then third, not Bruce Pearl.
Not Bruce Pearl?
You are not. They are not getting Bruce Pearl.
But you said shoot for the moon.
Yeah, shoot for the moon. But
so you're saying Bruce Pearl
you can shoot for the moon, but there's no guarantee that you're gonna hit it.
Right.
Bruce Pearl has the number 1 team in the nation.
I was waiting on it. It was like something you were holding back. Okay. All right. Yeah, I get it. Bruce Pearl's really good. And I don't think he's coming here either because I don't think he would leave that. I wouldn't leave that.
I would definitely not.
But I understand why people would think that he could come. I mean, the amenities, the fans. It's Auburn. He's going to play. He's always third behind Auburn football and Auburn spring football.
I don't even know what spring football is.
Yeah, but go to Auburn, Alabama, and see if they know what spring football is. So I'm just saying, like, I get it, but I don't think he's coming here. So who's your third? Who's your third?
Third, I don't really have a third. I don't know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, that's fair.
Could get. Now I need it. See, now I need to go back and find the person I was looking at.
It's fine. It's fine.
What was his name? Kenny Payne.
Oh, Kenny Payne, former Louisville player.
Yeah.
Current NBA Knick assistant.
Yeah.
Former Kentucky assistant under Cal. Long time assistant under Cal. But won a championship with Louisville in '86.
Mm-hmm.
First round draft pick. Played in the league for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. My concern about Kenny Payne is this, and it's just that simple. And it's probably not fair to him, but he hasn't been a head coach.
Nope.
and he's not a spring chicken. So because he's been coaching for 20 years, when you haven't been head coach in those 20 years, I kind of like to think there may be a reason why you haven't been.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think there are such things as amazing assistant coaches who just aren't built to be head coaches. And I would hate for Louisville to find that out 3 years from now.
Yeah.
But
that would, yeah.
But he's going to reinvigorate the fans. He's going to reinvigorate the city. I get it. He's home. He's coming home. I get it. It's a safe pick, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Overtime rules. The floor is yours.
I don't like the overtime rules. I feel like it should just go to the college overtime rules.
On the 20-yard, they get the ball on the 20-yard line?
No.
Okay, I'm just
like both teams should get a shot on offense.
It's 25, but go ahead.
Both teams should get a shot to score on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Chiefs score a touchdown, the Bills should also get a chance to score a touchdown. And Keenan Allen, receiver for the Chargers, he supports the overtime rules. He says defense wins championships. And then Saquon Barkley says that the overtime rules should be changed. I saw it somewhere, so I said it.
That's fine, along with the rest of America.
Yeah.
I think this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Kind of what Jerry was saying in that voicemail. Mm-hmm. We got robbed of an amazing game because here's the thing: if the Bills won the toss, they won the game too. Like it just, I saw this equivalent. It was sent to me, and by Trent, and Trent said it was funny because it was a tweet, and it said, "Imagine in baseball, you go." The visiting team, because the visiting team is always the white team. Mm-hmm. They hit a home run in the top of the 10th, and the home team doesn't get the bat. That's basically what happens. Yeah. Like there's no reason, and I know the NFL's in trouble, or they're in a pickle because the regular season you don't really want to play the extra quarter. I get it. Mm-hmm. I don't really love the college rule application for pro because I think they need to start at like the 50. At least, like at the closest, because NFL kickers are so good. But I also, the more I think about it, let's just play just play another quarter, not 3 quarters. Like, because I have heard, like, give everybody, like, 3 possessions and then see what happens. But then that gets funky. Like, we get an interception, and it's like spring football out there, like, where you're just making up rules on the fly. Like,
the ref said, all right, guys, we're going to start a new game.
But they didn't.
And then... And then the Chiefs scored a touchdown, and the game was over.
Yeah, I think I've thought about it a lot. At one point, I was like, give them the ball on the other 25, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So just eliminate the kickoffs. But then you see in the Bills game, Tyreek Hill had that punt return, which set up a touchdown for them. So now I'm kind of like, just play just a shortened quarter, not 15 minutes, just straight 10-minute quarter to the end.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that. We saw it a lot. It's about 2 possessions.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I will say, if a team is good enough to keep the ball for 10 minutes in overtime, they deserve to win.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm so frustrated about the overtime.
And you have a team who, if they would have had another possession, or if they would have won the coin toss, they could have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yes. There's a lot of people saying that the winner of that game won the Super Bowl. Will win the Super Bowl. The 49ers will, I hope, have something to say about that. But I'm just saying, like, that was just frustrating. What if the Bengals win?
The Bengals win the Super Bowl?
No. That'd be just if the Bengals beat the Chiefs.
But what if the Bengals won the Super Bowl?
My brain is not wired to think that way. Because the Bengals have never, like, the last time they were in Super Bowl was 3. Like, the Bengals have not been relevant since I've been alive.
The Bengals also have not been relevant since I have been alive.
So I'm just saying, like, to think about that, that's kind of like saying, what if the Lions win the Super Bowl? That ain't even, like, roll out of the tongue right, does it? Just Lions, Super Bowl champions.
What if Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl this year?
Next year?
No, this year. No, he comes back.
For the 49ers?
No.
Jimmy Garoppolo
No,
gets
he
hurt.
just like I'm more confused. I'm more concerned that the Bengals. I'm more concerned that Tom Brady isn't still in the playoffs than the Bengals are in the AFC Championship game.
I mean, it's weird to see a playoffs without Tom Brady this late. I mean, it's just weird. It's weird. All right, so I feel like we did a good job covering the voicemails. We've covered the big stuff. You've given me 3 potential Louisville head coaches. We talked about the football that happened. The only thing that I want to talk to before we get to your top 5 is this. The NBA trade line is still coming. We talked about it last week, just briefly. Russell has been benched, kind of. The Lakers, I believe today is the anniversary, by the way, of Kobe. Isn't it 2 years? Yeah. And I saw a really cool stat. It's kind of cool. Kobe would not be happy with this, but it's kind of cool. 24 months since Kobe passed. The Lakers are 24-24 in the 8th seed. So, like, statistically, like, that's
yeah.
Oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's cool. I'm gonna be like, Kobe's probably like, bro, that is not acceptable. Mm-hmm. So go ahead, just give me the Lakers spiel. What's going on? Your boy's back.
I don't know. Anthony Davis is back.
Your boy
That's
back.
A good thing, maybe. I've seen potential trades for Russell Westbrook and John Wall.
I've seen that. That might work.
I would not do that.
Why not?
If John Wall was, if I'd seen John Wall play at all this year, then and he was playing good. But yeah, maybe. But I've seen Russell Westbrook play. And then I have not seen John Wall play in like 2-3 years. What if we just trade him and then John Wall doesn't play? He's hurt. If John Wall's healthy, I do that deal. Yeah.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. I would ask you this question. Do you feel like the Lakers are better off if Russell Westbrook doesn't play, period? Don't even think about who they're getting for him.
Maybe. I feel like we should have kept Rondo. Because I don't know.
I feel it. I get it. Okay. Lakers are just going to pedal along. I think they're still going to make the playoffs.
They better.
I just do not feel like LeBron's winning a championship this year. Do you think the Lakers can win a championship?
I think they can.
This year?
Yeah.
Is that like anything is possible? Or is that like you legitimately think they have a chance?
They can.
Okay.
If they turn some stuff around in the second half of the year, I think they can. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. They have to turn some stuff around.
Yes.
There's no if they can. I just think they got to make a trade. You got to get Russ out. My man is. I sent you that video. Hitting the top of the backboard, like he's regressed. Like it's like on Ted Lasso, like the yips, like which is a real thing. Like he's fundamentally forgot how to play basketball. It's just weird, but he is traditionally better after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to it. It is now time.
It is now time
for the most anticipated
segment in all of sports.
Sports. Where Royce
ranks them.
Okay, so you started something, and I think we're still squarely in the middle of it, which is pretty. Yes. I mean, it's pretty on time because the baseball Hall of Fame was announced, and
only
David Ortiz got in.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nobody else got in, right?
Nope.
Mainly Barry, and Kirk Schilling, and who else? Roger
Clemens
did not make it in on their last chance.
Yep.
Which is crazy. I know the man took steroids, but he was a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer before the steroids. Like 3-time MVP. Like it just doesn't make he needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plus baseball was fun then. I would gladly trade steroids for fun baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not fair. I know I shouldn't say that, kids. Never mind. Don't do steroids. I'm just saying, baseball was fun back then.
I was on live, so
I know it was
I
fun.
can't.
I used to watch it. Like
I didn't
America
watch
watched
it.
baseball. Okay, so what are we ranking today?
We have the top 5 MLB second baseman.
Second baseman. Any honorable mention?
Yeah.
Who we got?
Jonathan India.
Jonathan India.
Mhm.
Guardians.
No.
Dang it.
Plays for the Reds.
Oh, okay. Dang it.
He
Reds.
won the NL Rookie of the Year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, he's the Reds.
Yeah.
Okay. Who
Number
else?
5.
Oh, right in. Okay, let's
Jorge
go.
Polanco.
Jorge Polanco. Who's the platform?
Twins.
Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he good?
Well, he's on the top
Just
5.
kidding. All right, Jorge Polanco, number 5.
Number
Number
4.
4.
Ozzy Albies. Ozzy. Plays for the Braves.
How you say that last name?
Yeah.
Ozzy
Albies.
Albies. He just won a World Series, though.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I remember that name, but I should, because I watched a lot of that World Series. But apparently not enough to know who the second baseman of the Braves is. Okay, number 3.
Number 3, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve, trash can, boom, 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 boom. So, quick side story. So you have trained your 5-year-old brother
Yeah.
well enough that when he went to work with me while he was at ATI, someone asked him if he'd been to a baseball game before, and he said yes. And they said, "Who'd you go see play?" He said, "I saw the Yankees and the Astros." And he said, "Who do you think won the game?" He said, "Well, I think the Yankees won, but the Astros bang on trash cans, so maybe they won." And literally the person at work was like, "What?" And I was like, "They got in trouble. They cheated with the trash cans." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you could thank your older brother for that because you taught them that the Astros cheat by banging on trash cans."
Yes.
All right, Jose
That's
Altuve
it.
is number 3. Legit, though.
Yeah.
Legit, though. Okay,
Mhm.
number 2.
Number 2, Brandon Lau.
Brandon Lau. Heard the name. Don't know where he plays.
He plays in Tampa Bay.
Tampa. The Rays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Marcus Semien.
Marcus Semien.
Yep.
Trevor Simeon's brother?
No.
I'm just kidding. I don't know who's Marcus Semien.
He plays for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. That's why I don't know. He's Canadian. He's not. I know. I get it. See, Blue Jays. Okay. That's fine. All right. Here's the problem for me in second baseman. They are really good, but they're so underrated.
Yeah.
The best second baseman of all time. Give it to him. Who was the best second baseman?
Best second baseman of all time?
All time.
You
Can't even think of a second baseman of all time, other than the 6 you just named.
Not currently.
Like,
no.
That's kind of like, I just feel like the second baseman, like, everybody's like,
You just
go play second base.
Yeah.
All right. So number 6 was I'm not. There's no way I'm remembering these names.
Jonathan India.
Jonathan India. Number 5.
Number 5 was Jorge Polanco.
4. Braves.
Ozzy Albies.
3.
Jose Altuve.
2.
Brandon Lau.
1.
Marcus Semien.
Okay, that has been an installment of
Royce Ranksum.
brought to you by. I'm just kidding. All right, so here's the deal. We are now 2 episodes in on this YouTube thing.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, YouTube is way easier to reach people than the podcast. I had more people come up to me this week asking about, "Oh, I saw you do this podcast," because we are on YouTube. So I'm going to issue it before I hear what you have to say to the people. I'm going to issue a challenge to the people. If you like the podcast, first, apparently, YouTube rules now. We need you to like and subscribe. But really, it's more
Like
about...
and subscribe. Merch link in bio.
merch link.
Hit that like button for more banger videos.
Pow, 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 pow. Pow, pow, pow. But seriously though, we need you to like and subscribe. I now know why subscribing is so important though, because it pushes you up those YouTube algorithms, and then more people see it.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's like a feedback loop. So like we got to figure out how to get more likes and more subscribers. Second, just I'm gonna ask anybody like, yes, like and subscribe, but just tell 2 people about the podcast.
Yeah,
you just tell 2 people. So whether you listen to it, whether you do it. And listen, I know that most of y'all aren't going to do that, and that's okay, because I don't do that stuff either. But I'm just saying, if you can, it would mean a lot to Royce.
Yes, it would.
And me. Okay, cool. So that's my challenge to the people. What's your challenge to, what you got to say to the people?
Well, I would say don't dislike, but if you dislike, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be able to know, because that's not a thing.
It's not.
It just, you can't, it's not.
There used to be a dislike button.
Yeah.
Then they took it away.
And then it's there, but it doesn't, but it just, like how, you just.
Okay.
It's also Montrezl Harrell's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
The best poster that I have ever seen of something that I saw in person is that 2013 dunk where Peyton Siva just did the little flip back to him, and it looked like he just threw it like out of bounds, and Montrez comes out of nowhere. It was great. Those were the times. Louisville was so good. I want to get back to there.
Always get Rick Pitino back.
I'm good. He ain't coming back.
No.
He ain't coming
You
back.
could get Richard Pitino.
Could get Richard Pitino.
Yeah.
Because he's available.
Yeah.
Well, he's a head coach somewhere, but I'm sure he's available. All right. Well, with that, I think it's time. It's time to wrap this sucker up.
Yep.
Until next week.
Until
when we will have the Super Bowl set.
When the Super Bowl set.
Come on, 49ers.
Go Seahawks.
Yeah, go Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yep. Woo. Go Seahawks.
Yay.
All right. We out of here.